picture with
Hello, hello.
He's one of our players. Oh, he was at camp the other day.
Biggest moment of your career?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible to be here, be in these moments. This is stuff I've dreamed about since I was a little kid. So, I think being here is surreal. I don't think it's really, set in yet or anything, but I'm just trying to go through each moment and just enjoy it. I mean, for me, it's just about being grateful. I'm grateful for every opportunity I've been given. So no matter the outcome, no matter what would have happened, no matter what happens tomorrow night, for me, it's just about being grateful and just really enjoying the moment.
There's a lot of talk about joining Dallas. You're not joining a team that's rebuilding. You're joining a team that wants to make the playoffs. Has a lot of talent. You have the Luka trade. You have Anthony Davis. You have Kyrie Irving. What's it like if they pick you to join a team with that much NBA talent already around it?
Yeah, I think, like you said, a situation that is able to win. Be on a team surrounded by a ton of incredible players and people that have had careers like they've had. I think it'll be a really great experience if that does happen.
Cooper, talk about your main roots and just coming from there, being able to represent that state and how that's built you into the man and player you are.
Yeah, I think being able to come from Maine, like, it is such a big part of me and who I am today. I carry that with me, and I carry a lot of pride in that. And sending that message that it doesn't matter where you're from and that sort of thing. So just proving to the kids of Maine, and even bigger than that, kids from anywhere around the world, that it doesn't matter as long as you believe in yourself and you work hard.
Cooper, the Mavs told you they're going to take you number one, and having had the conversations with guys from Duke like Lively and Kyrie.
No, I haven't had that conversation at all. So, I'm just, going through this process like everybody else. I did my workout, and so I'm just going to see what happens tomorrow night.
They haven't told you you're going number one?
No, I have not had that conversation, no.
Cooper, you talked about workout like in Dallas. What was your interactions with their staff?
Yeah, I think it was an incredible visit for me, and workout to be able to go down there and see all the facilities and stuff, and to get in the gym, and I got a good hour and 15 workout in. A bunch of rebounders, staff, coaches, player development guys, got in and were guarding me. So to get some live reads and stuff, I think it was really, really good to see. And then I got to see some of the players work out after, and some of the guys on the team work out and kind of what they do. So that was pretty cool.
Coop, question over here.
Playing against guys, future Hall of Famers. What did that experience mean for you? How different are you as a player now than
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, almost a year ago you were playing against guys who were future Hall of Famers. How did that experience kind of shape you? And what's the difference between
Yeah, I think that experience of being able to go to the USA thing on the select team was, it's priceless for me. It's such a good learning experience for me to go there, learn from everybody. There's a ton of Hall of Fame players, so I think I just took that as a huge learning experience, and I tried to learn as much as I could. And I think now it's just that confidence I got from playing with them. I know I can, play my game and be who I am, and I think I've gotten a lot better since then too. So I'm just excited to, be in this environment and be able to just do what I do.
Cooper, do you remember where you were when Luka got traded and what your reaction was? Because obviously that was huge NBA news.
Yeah, I remember being with, all my guys. I think it might have been the night that we played UNC at home, and we won that game, and so we were all kind of hanging out together. And I remember my teammate Darren Harris. He was the first one to see the Shams post, and we just all started going crazy. Like, it was just such a shock. Like, it was crazy news. So.
Hey, Cooper, I got a question. Being from Maine, do you like lobster?
Lobster isn't my personal favorite, but a good Maine lobster roll. My trainer's wife makes a really nice lobster roll. I think is really good.
Good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck tomorrow.
What do you think of Liam McNeely?
What do I think of Liam McNeely? He's all right. Nah, Liam's great. I miss playing with him a lot. He's one of the best players I've ever played with. So I miss playing with him. Yeah, it's crazy. I think having the 4 guys from Montverde, including me, so my 3 teammates from there, and then even my teammates from Duke. I have 7 people I know in the green room personally, and I played with. So I think it's incredible, to go through this experience with them. Like last night, I'm hanging out with Kaman, just talking to him about his whole experience and all the workouts he went through and stuff, and just catching up. So it's been incredible to have guys I can lean on and really spend some time with during this whole process.
Does it feel like you're part of a tradition?
Yeah, I think it's it's part of that brotherhood. It's part of the path you see, and it's kind of that's something that drew me to Duke. And watching Paolo, watching Tatum, like their paths, going through college, dominating, and then going on to the next level and having success as well. So I think that's part of the brotherhood. That's part of the attraction of Duke is the way they're able to develop guys and get them to the next level.
Cooper, you talked about John Shire.
I mean, Coach Shire was incredible for me. He's with me every step of the way through my recruitment. And then moving on to the whole year of just trusting me, and we had a great relationship. I mean, he's just been such a resource for me of reaching out to different people and setting me up and connecting me with a lot of really great people. At Barclays? No, I haven't. What is the billboard? Oh, the New Balance one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The one at the New Balance store is incredible. I did see that yesterday. I mean, it was incredible. I got to go over there and do like a little meet and greet with a bunch of kids and stuff. That's the sort of thing that I love to do. It's just so much fun to be able to see, joy on a bunch of kids' face and, see people get excited and that sort of thing. So that was a really cool experience and environment for me to go to and, have a good time.
College Player of the Year, first projected overall pick. Just describe the emotions you're feeling as you're going through this process, making this pivot.
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal. That's the word I would use to describe how I'm feeling. I don't know if it's all set in yet and whatnot, but I'm just trying to enjoy it. Take it one day at a time and really just soak it all in.
What would the young Cooper just kind of crisscrossing Maine in a minivan, maybe watching Boston Celtics DVDs? What would you have thought to be in this position right now, considering how much you had to prove yourself early?
Yeah, I don't know what he would say. I don't know if he would believe it. I don't know if he would, think I was lying. But I mean, it's just so crazy. It all happened so fast. Like, it never really became real for me until 2 years ago when I got to Mavs was when it really started to become a real thing for me. So I think it's just such a surreal feeling seeing where I came from and what I've been able to do.
You talked about your versatile skill set, but also your maturity, your basketball IQ, and also that your student team. Just where does that stem from? And you're only 18, but you carry yourself like a mature.
I mean, I think just trying to grow up fast. I left home to go to Mavs when I was 15 years old. So just trying to grow up fast. I feel like IQ-wise on the court, like I've always had like a knack for that sort of thing and just making reads at a high level. But I think just trying to grow up as fast as I can, and I have a really tight circle of people around me and that influence me in my decisions, and I think that's what's helped me to be mature and stay grounded.
Being a two-way player, how do you feel about eventually joining a team that's trying to build a defensive effort?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me that's always been a huge part of my game and who I am is just being a two-way guy, and no matter where I end up or where I go, that's going to be my mindset of just bringing a two-way threat all the time.
Cooper said you are an NBA future star. Do you feel motivational?
Can you say that again?
He was like you are an NBA future star, so you feel like more like motivational, or you feel like more pressure?
It's definitely a lot of motivation. There's a little bit of pressure. I feel like that comes with that, and you get all the media and people having opinions on you and your life and everything about you. It's definitely tough, but I think for me it's a lot of motivation. Hearing people say good things, even bad things. Hearing people talk about you is a good thing no matter what. So I'm excited about everything. And just trying to soak it in.
Cooper, you talked about the Luka trade. You talked about the Luka trade a couple minutes ago. It's a Dallas fan base that when that happened, and then they won the draft lottery, and people started thinking about the possibility of coming to town, and it's bringing a lot of those fans back into it. What was your message to the city of Dallas about how appreciative you are, maybe of how excited they are for you, and just in general, your message for Mavs fans on what to expect from you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on social media too much, and I think, like I said earlier, I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. So if that is the case tomorrow, that ends up happening, I mean, I've heard it's an incredible fan base with incredible support, so I'll be excited to learn more about it and get down there.
Cooper, some people would say there's pressure following Luka in Dallas. Dallas, if it does go that direction, would you look at it that way as being something like you've got to step into his shoes as a franchise player, or would you look at it differently?
I wouldn't look at anything as pressure. I think, me going into whatever situation I go into, I'm just going to try and be myself all the time, and I'm going to push myself to be better and better every single day, and make the most out of every day. I'm not worried about living up to certain players' expectations or things like that. I'm just going to be myself and really just try and get better every single day that I can.
Cooper, what would it mean to you if the entire Duke starting five gets drafted?
That would be incredible. That's what I'm hoping to, see happen over the next couple of days, and I think that would be incredible. I think everybody, deserves it. The five of us, obviously Kaman and Khan, we'll hear their names called tomorrow night. But as far as Tyrese and Sion, I think they've helped themselves a lot through this whole process, and more than the outside and the public sees, I think they have a really good chance of hearing their names called and joining a team.
Cooper, how does the way it ended with Duke getting so close to the national championship and falling short, is that going to stick with you? I mean, how do you process it now a couple months later?
Yeah, you have to take your wins in stride and you have to take your losses, in the same stride. So it's just, going through everything, you got to learn how to deal with losses and learn from it. So, I'm just going to always remember it, obviously, of, having that letdown and, the loss ending the way it did. But it's not something that, I'm going to hold over my head and continue to, be completely worried about. But it's something that I'm going to just, use to grow from and learn from for the rest of my life, for sure.
Cooper, can you talk about what Matt McKenzie has meant to you since a young age to now?
Yeah, Matt McKenzie, that's my basketball trainer. He's been with me since I was in 4th grade. Just, skill development, stuff like that. And he knows my game really well. So he's been with me every step of the way. Was on my AU coaching staff. And he's really just helped get me to who I am. I wouldn't be the player I am without him. So I think having a guy like that has been with me for such a long time is such a privilege for me to, have somebody that's been so committed to me.
When people refer to you as a prodigy or a generational talent, how do you think about that? How do you respond to that?
I think, kind of like I said earlier, about expectations, and I don't hold myself to other people's expectations or what people want to see about from me or what they say. So for me, I'm going to play to my expectation of myself, and that's just being as good as I can and trying to impact the game in as many ways on every given play. So I'm just trying to be an impact player on the court, and I'm just trying to get better every single day.
It seems like it's a yearly occurrence that Montverde players are getting drafted. What is it about the program, the talent here, the competition on a daily basis? What is it about it that makes this almost a yearly occurrence?
I think Coach Boyle brought in some pretty good talent. I think that's where it starts. He had some pretty good players and that sort of thing. But I think also they had a good system of preparing guys for the next level, getting guys ready for college so that guys are ready to go in right away and have an impact.
Cooper, you have a chance to be the youngest #1 pick since the draft. Why was it a priority for you to get into this class, and sort of when did you have planned to be in the 25 class rather than 26?
I think it's like a quote my mom likes to say a lot. If you're the best player in the gym, then you need to find a new gym. So for me, it was about thinking about what I had left to do in high school, and how much that would push me to become a better player. So for me, that decision wasn't too hard. After going undefeated with that team, it was before that. So I kind of knew that we were gonna have a really, really good team, and then the next year would kind of be a fall off of the competition and things like that. So I kind of just made that decision based on that. I felt like it was time for me to kind of get to a new environment and push myself to higher levels and to really just get in a new environment and be surrounded by really great players.
Cooper, what did you like about the New Balance shoe? What was that process like?
Yeah, I think the connection with New Balance is deeper than just the product and the look and things like that. I think it's as deep as the culture that they have in their company and brand and the family culture and oriented way that they operate. I think having connections to New England and factories in Maine and those ties were really important to me, as well as the shoe looking really nice and just really loving the product that they have. The name of what shoe? I don't have a shoe, so I'll wear a bunch of different models. The Hezzy Lows, the two ways, probably wear some Kawhis, that I've been wearing, and I like a bunch of different shoes, but I don't have a personal shoe.
Cooper, in your visit to Dallas, what's something you learned about the organization?
I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the people down there. I learned a lot about the facilities. Learned a lot about the guys. I was able to have dinner with some of the guys on the team. So that was just a really good experience. It was a great learning trip.
Cooper, what's one celebrity you want to see on your first NBA game courtside?
That's a good question. I don't know if you count Larry Bird as a celebrity, but that would be really cool.
Any rapper?
No, I don't have a favorite rapper.
What did you like so much when you were a kid about Bird in his game?
I think just the things he was about, the way he played so hard on every possession, the way he, was diving on the floor, doing all the little things. That's kind of just the way I modeled my game when I was younger, and that sort of stuff. So I think that's kind of why I play the way I am. I don't have to give credit to that of just modeling myself after him and the way he was able to play and the things he was able to do.
These number 32 Cooper Flagg jerseys will be available in the hangar here at the America Airlines Center. And we take a look at the shine first presses underway as Cooper Flagg jerseys are being made as we speak, and they are available for the first 3,000 fans to claim them here tonight. You can also scan the QR code on your screen, order them online at mavshop.com. The QR code will take you there. Yes, capture the flag. Cooper Flagg is a Dallas Mavericks.
Show the Dallas Mavericks officially draft Cooper Flagg to be a Dallas Maverick. Can't believe that's real. What does he bring to the Mavericks? How does he change the Mavericks? He brings a lot. He'll change everything. We'll tell you why on today's Locked On Mavs. Stop it! Let's go! Stop! The number one pick will go to the Dallas Mavericks. Cooper Flagg will fly in Dallas.
on both sides.
You are Locked On Mavs, your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
I want to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're Locked On Dallas Mavericks, your team every day, where we Thanks for making Locked On Mavs your first listen every single day, being an everydayer. Joining me, as always, my co-host, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years, right alongside me, the flag fiend, the One More Thing King. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
Raise that flag, capture the flag, whatever you want to say, Flag Day. Go buy the $75 t-shirt. It's time. We got to see Cooper Flagg in a Dallas Mavericks hat.
$5 t-shirt.
It's the first time we actually get to see him in non-photoshopped, like a Mavericks thing.
How about this? Maybe the first star the Mavs have taken in a long time that was wearing the actual Mavs hat on draft night. Wasn't traded on draft night.
I mean, honestly, like you don't want to like try to jump to some like crazy comments, whatever. But
yes, we are.
But getting Cooper Flagg,
Hall of Fame,
Okay, it changes the course of your franchise. We have done how many shows since they won the draft lottery? I mean, just so many different shows since they won the number one overall pick. And
it was 22. It's 22 Cooper Flagg shows since the lottery.
Thanks for the content, Cooper. Content Cooper. That should be a nickname. But no, honestly, I mean, a huge day in Mavericks franchise history. There's a reason why there's a party going on in American Airlines Center. This is just massive. Changes the whole course of the franchise.
And so today we're going to talk about how Cooper Flagg changes the Dallas Mavericks and changes the franchise. And we also want to just tell you, who is Cooper Flagg? What kind of player are the Mavericks getting? Who is this guy? Especially if you're brand new and you're just checking in and saying, man, Mavs got Cooper Flagg. What does this mean for everything? Let's break down Cooper Flagg, and let's start here, Isaac. Cooper Flagg, a 6'9", 221 pound. He's added 12 pounds over the offseason, 7-foot wingspan. He's going to be 18 and a half at the time of the draft. So right now, because he reclassified his junior year to go into his senior year, so he went in early. He was 17 at the beginning of his freshman season. He was one of the youngest players in college last year, played for Duke, obviously. And the one-sentence explainer about who Cooper Flagg is. At 6'9", Flagg brings a combination of skill, versatility, and explosive athleticism that fills arenas. He can handle the ball and operate out of the high post, where he's a gifted playmaker, showcasing a knack for finding open cutters and easy scoring. On the defensive end is where Flagg is special. This is the Rafael Barlow special statement that I keep saying because it's amazing. He's the most dominant high school defender I've ever scouted, and epitomizes the term game changer. That's from Rafael Barlow of Locked On NBA Big Board. He's an incredible defensive player, going to be an elite defensive player in his career. One of the best that we've seen coming into college. He's had one of the best seasons in college, right up there with Zion, Anthony Davis, some of the best college seasons we've ever seen. And he was 17. He was one of the youngest in the draft. He's already played against Team USA because he played that mini camp before his season at Duke, and he impressed everybody. You hear from Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis himself, and many others about how he just impressed every single person.
College players don't get invited to that. That was a unique thing.
It's a very special thing because he is that guy. He is that specializing.
He really is. I mean, you look at Sam Vecini's piece in The Athletic back a week or so ago. We did some content with it, but he ranked over the last 10 years the best prospects that he has scouted and who he has as the highest grades. He had Wembanyama 1, but then he had Cooper Flagg 2. And I mean, you're talking about over prospects like Zion, John Morant, Luka Doncic, like all these players that, Cade, like you just look at the different prospects. Anthony Edwards that's came into the league over the past 10 years. He had Cooper Flagg number 2 behind Wemby. The hype around Flagg is, I mean, he's been one of those prospects that we've seen clips of ever since these high school days, where he grows up in Maine and he has his twin brother, and his mom and his parents are super involved in just his upbringing with the basketball and stuff. And like you said, with Duke, I mean, he led Duke as one of the youngest players in college. He led Duke in all 5 of the main statistical categories. He was a Wooden Award winner as best player in college basketball.
I thought you said main statistical categories, like the state, because you're
like
talking about
Maine.
Like most lobster rolls eaten.
Most
miles at Acadia Park walked.
The main event is something that he has talked about as a nickname and stuff. But I mean, he was a defensive player of the year, like a semifinalist too, at Duke. I watched a lot of Duke basketball this year. I just don't. It's hard to like say like how much. It did hurt me because I'm not the biggest Duke fan in the world, but just seeing his impact on the floor defensively, obviously some of the shooting stuff, it just got even better as the year went along. That's one of the things you're hearing about now, just how the shots even improving on top of that. But the most like impressive, my favorite thing about him, his tenacity, man. Like you're getting a guy that is going to not just be your best player for years to come, not year one or whatever, but like not only like your centerpiece guy, but he is going to be the guy that is going to outwork everyone too. And that's where he's going to captivate Mavs fans of the diving after balls, the hollering, the high flying blocks, the posters he's going to have on people. Like he just wants it. Go back to that thing that you could read about and how his mom said, calls it the crazy eyes, that he's got the crazy eyes, that she can see it. And he's like, when he's got those eyes, man, it's like, it's on then. That's the competitive Cooper that she knows and raised. And that's just so much fun. It's so much fun to root for too.
It's going to be so easy to root for him. I've been to so many Mavericks games in my career covering this team, and Mavs fans love a good offensive rebound. They love a good hustle play. They love anytime somebody gets a possession that they didn't necessarily deserve, right? Like they go after it and get it. He's going to go after it and get those. He's going to get those blocks. He's going to get those rebounds. He's going to never stop. He's going to go out there and he's going to continue to work to try to get better, because that's another thing we've learned about him. One of the biggest concerns that every scout that I read or talked to had about Cooper Flagg going into this season was, what's his shot going to look like? And you mentioned it. Yeah. He improved on his three-point shot. He shot 38% from three. He shot like 44% from three in conference play at the back end of his Duke season. And so he has been this player that has added to his game, has worked, and he can do basically everything. Like we've done all these episodes on Cooper Flagg because there's so many different facets of his game that we can talk about and get into. He's not this guy. It's like, all right, well, he's an elite athlete, but if the skills don't catch up, if the three-point shot doesn't catch up, then we don't know what he is in the NBA. He's not that. He is a player that can do so many different things. Let's say, I don't know, we've talked a lot about his playmaking and his handle, and if he's run a bunch of pick and rolls at Duke and all that. And what if that doesn't translate? Okay, well then he can do a bunch of other things too. He can spot up, shoot. He can, post up a little bit. He can score off the dribble a little. He doesn't have to play make. He can obviously be an elite defensive player, rim protector, all that. Like he's going to do so much more, even if some of the skills don't translate right away.
Yeah, I mean, I think his ISO scoring is the thing that will determine just the ceiling for him. Like, I mean, he's fine. It's not like it's like, oh, he can't score in isolation. That's not the case. But if he can develop into one of those top tier isolation scorers that can get to their spot, get up and shoot over the top. He's got the size, like you said, 6'9". I mean, he can just, and the thing about it too is 19% of his offensive possessions last year at Duke was running the pick and roll too. Like that's something that's so underrated about him, because obviously he didn't play, the guard spot much. They had Tyrese Proctor, they had Zion James, they had other guys out there, Con Knipple, who can really be a playmaker out there. That I really like him in the draft.
I was surprised where he went in the draft.
Yeah, no, I mean, like if you told me he would go that high before, months ago, I'd be like, wow, that's kind of surprising. But it's cool to see how high he went in the draft. But for Cooper Flagg,
we don't know where he went.
It's like he has the playmaking, right? He can run the pick and roll. He had Malawatch there at Duke that he could throw in lobs to. The different lob connection between those two guys is like, this is all day. And now imagine that being Derek Lively or an Anthony Davis. So that's it's hard to say. Like, I feel like some people could listen to this and be like, oh my gosh, find a negative. He's one of those rare prospects though that it's hard to find a negative, and that's not always the case for number one picks. Like, it's not that way for every number one pick. And he's one of those guys. He's one of those number one picks that comes out in their draft, like an Anthony Davis at Kentucky, it's like, all right, he's one of those guys, a Wemby, something like that. That's like, you really just can't find a big negative at all with him at all. So that's why it's like you couldn't ask for a better type of prospect to say like, oh, this is the guy that we're going to build around.
And that's why he's going to change everything for the Dallas Mavericks. We'll tell you why and how coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Open Phone. If you're running a business, you know every missed call is money. Money left on the table, which is what Ace Bailey did.
He's a little bit,
but they certainly do like BJ.
better prepared for it than I was.
I think that the consensus seems to be that what Ace Bailey and his agents and his camp wanted to do was guide
well,
him
I just look at him as like, it's your time. Not passing the torch. No, it's your time. I don't want to take anything from Cooper. It's his time to be that. Now, Dirk was Dirk's time. Now it's his time. It's his time right now.
Jared McCain was on his way to a very good season last year. I mean, could have certainly been right in the thick of the Rookie of the Year race.
I'm sorry.
Had he not got hurt early in the season. So Ace Bailey certainly.
Well, you know what? When you get a player like that, you got to think you can do a number of things with him. A number of things can happen with him. And I would look at no more than getting the gel together, getting the guys to play together, to go right to the top of this conference.
I'm just happy there's another highly picked Bahamian dude. I mean, this is the Bahamas revolution happening in the NBA.
Well, I mean, a little bit of my history, like,
has really begun now.
Yeah.
That number 3
I went through a tough time, and to be traded away to Detroit and win 2 titles with Detroit and then come back to Dallas, it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't comfortable, but the reception I got was incredible to me. I mean, I could feel it. I felt like being at home. The moment I landed here, the moment I landed,
Well, look, there's a lot of interesting stats that are out there about him, and to me, what's so intriguing is how his performance stacks up in terms
it makes me feel like I'm where I need to be.
We've seen a player do the things that he did and the type of players that he compares to.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a lot of numbers out there.
Well, thank you. I feel like that.
You're
getting all you need to get.
And share with our viewers right now on KFAA here at American Airlines Center, or watching on the Mavs TV app. I mentioned this,
the draft, he left money on the table. So think about the last time you had an urgent need, maybe for a plumber or service. I just had an AC guy come out. In Texas, you got to have those AC guys come out as soon as it goes down. If you had anybody that is in your life that has a small business and they know that you have to get every single client, you have to talk to them, you have to be ready for them right away. Open Phone will help you. It's the #1 business phone system built to streamline and scale your customer communications, all from an app on your phone. They also have an AI agent. If you want, they can handle after-hours calls, answer common questions, and capture leads so you never miss a customer at all. Open Phone is offering our listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnNBA. OPENPHONE.com, openphone/LockedOnNBA. If you have existing numbers with another service, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Also brought to you by Wayfair. They got just what you need. Everything for outdoor furniture needs. New outdoor dining set, modern lounge chairs. They got everything that can completely transform your patio or your deck or whatever you got going on in the backyard, in the trunk. Go check it out and see what they have at Wayfair. All kinds of great colors and styles. What I loved with Wayfair is the delivery. Fast, free, totally hassle-free. Even with larger items, I got a cabinet delivered right to my door. I didn't have to try and figure out how to stick it in my car and try to make it work there and get it home from some kind of big box store or whatever. Don't wait. Make your outdoor space your dream oasis today with Wayfair. Enjoy it all summer long. Head to wayfair.com right now. Shop a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Season ticket member.
How are you feeling after
I feel very sad, honestly speaking. Hometown here, I was here when it was a rookie year, so, yeah.
So you were here in 2018?
Yes. Drafted on 2018, traded on 2025.
How did you feel?
Very happy, very excited.
Were
offense through is evident that
Yes.
you were showing where 4 assists have kept a lot of great players off of that list.
Well, I think he's one of the most hyped rookies coming in, and I feel that he's going to change the culture because we need a cultural change right now. Revive the fan base, have something to be very, very excited about. You know.
They talk about his processing skills. This guy's not a Commodore 64.
He brings a lot of versatility. I think he's coming in as a wing guy, so he's going to put more scoring. But again, they stress on defense. He's slightly a better defender than Luka, I think. But you know, I forgot. It was a gift from my friend. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Oh, y'all want to talk, don't you? Everyone says that it's going to make that transition.
It's draft day. We're talking about Cooper Flagg. He is a Dallas
I'm really
Maverick.
excited.
Favorite
Mavericks player? It was Luka, but now it's Cooper Flagg.
Oh, dang! The loyalty. In the best league on the planet.
Oh, why do you like
Cooper so much? Great every day.
Because like he's gonna turn the Mavericks around and take them to the finals probably.
So
are you gonna get a new jersey?
Yeah.
Number 77?
Box score plus minus
did you watch it?
is an advanced metric that accounts for all of the things that you can look at in a box score. And then through a formula is computed a number that these numbers represent the points per
Let's grab like one or two more.
Yeah. Anyone that looks passionate?
Yeah.
Say down the road.
See, which is
This is Webb.
he made eye contact.
Oh, he had eye contact. Did we ask you a couple questions? Oh, he has the Duke shirt up.
Yeah, look.
it's not as big a predictor whenever you're talking about players.
Sorry, I'm sorry. What's easier with that?
That is a big predictor of success. We just saw since those numbers were available since 2002, 2003. Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg, I think the number was a little bit over 16 of his box score plus minus over this hat on that graph.
Massive Duke fan. Born and raised in North Carolina, so growing up there, it's my favorite school of all time.
So you've watched a lot of Cooper Flagg.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give us a full eval on what the Mavs are.
So the Mavs are not only getting a great player, but he's an even better person. He's so humble, he's a hard worker, but the guy absolutely wants to win a championship. I mean, as a lifelong Mavericks fan, like the combination of him coming here, being a part of our team, it's a beautiful day. I mean, it's an awesome day for me.
So you've been a Mavs fan.
Yeah. Well, my wife and kids thought I lost my mind because I was screaming in the truck that we got the #1 pick. My wife thought I had completely, gone crazy. But to me, it was like, after all we've been through this past season, all we've been through with the injuries, everything, the trade, to get the #1 pick and if we be Cooper Flagg, it's just amazing.
So, as you being a lifelong Mavs
Mainers have known all about the Flagg brothers of Newport, Hunter, Ace, and Cooper for a while now. And while the world watches Cooper and the Duke Blue Devils play in the men's Final Four, we caught up with his twin Ace to chat about a number of topics. And first on the list, those one-on-one battles as kids in the driveway with his baby brother.
We couldn't play a game in our driveway without someone bleeding. It was terrible. I mean, every single time there would be fist fights. The game would end when someone ran in yelling for mom because someone punted the ball across the street or hit each other, but it was always fun. My grandmother.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Coach will tell you, she was here this year. Oh man, it used to be embarrassing. In like 2nd, 3rd grade, she's screaming and you're just, I don't even want to think about it. It was terrible. Just a fit and everything. Built such a great relationship with Coach Mark Wood and everyone in there in Maine, and just the state itself and the support. I mean, it was a pretty obvious decision that just Maine is a special place to me, and it's where I wanted to go.
Stuff from Ace. Next year, it's going to be the first time Ace and Cooper won't be living in the same state because they were together obviously in Maine. Then they went to the same high school in Florida, different schools but same state in North Carolina. Next year, Cooper is going to be in the NBA likely while Ace comes home and will do real big things for the Black Bears.
A bit closer to home, Cooper Flagg fans are excited to root on the local legend. Drew Peters takes us to Newport to give us a sense of what Cooper's success means to them.
There's a sickness here in Newport spreading, and it's called Flag Fever.
To see him grow up and just do this has been awesome.
19-year-old Newport native Cooper Flagg has taken the basketball world by storm, leading Duke through his freshman year season with staggering performances and securing awards for the Collegiate Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year.
He's a great player, team player, and definitely talented.
While Newport residents like Dave Bowman and Hank McFarland say they're beyond impressed watching Cooper light up the NCAA, they knew he was special ever since they got the chance to watch him dominate the court in middle and high school.
Seeing him go at Nokomis was easy for him. And then see him go to college and play, it's been phenomenal. Like, the kid is making it happen. It's great.
What makes Cooper so special, they say, is the way his Mainer qualities shine through onto the court.
It's all about being humble and being a team player and being able to pass the ball. Yeah. He's not a hog.
Gus McIntyre over at Bears One Stop says he also has fond memories of Flagg before his rise to stardom, even challenging him to a game of horse for a free tank of gas one summer day.
We went at it. It was a good battle. I was ahead for a while. He was ahead for a while. He's quiet and humble. He didn't talk no trash like me.
The craze isn't just around town, though. Ethan Griffith is a sophomore at Nokomis Regional High School, where Flagg won a state championship as a freshman. He says Cooper is the hot topic at school.
He's probably like one of the biggest prides about our school. He's like the warrior of Nokomis.
Griffith says seeing someone from Newport have so much success is just as exciting to watch as it is motivating, inspiring him and other kids in town to dream big.
It just gives me a feeling that if he can live in the same town and grow up the same way that I did, it gives me hope that I could probably do the same.
And one thing nearly every Newport resident is hoping for is the chance to see Cooper bring home an NCAA championship.
We're all on the same page. Let's go. Let's win this. Let's do this. And hopefully the hometown kid brings it on.
Mainers will be gathering here at the Somerset Poorhouse tonight at 8:45 to cheer on Cooper as Duke takes on Alabama. In Newport, Drew Peters, News Center, Maine.
Okay, I know y'all are talking about this. I have other questions.
Oh, yeah, Cooper's only 18.
I was mainly going to say, if y'all are
Give him
Mavs
time.
fans, which you are, hey, I still like how excited are you that the Mavs got Cooper, even though it kind of took losing Luka to get him?
I think Cooper has the potential to be better than Luka, and I'll say it with my full chest. But, I mean, I think Cooper's a generational talent. I can't wait to see him shine out here.
I agree. He could be better than Luka. We haven't seen him play in the NBA yet. I don't have a 100% opinion, but what I've seen, he's a great player. So I'm glad.
He's not better than Luka.
He will be.
He's not.
He's 18 years old.
Thank you guys so much. Awesome mom. You're lucky to have her.
When you're talking about Pebble, and then you're talking about Cooper Flagg. Coming to the Mavericks versus going to a Charlotte.
No, I thought they were
struggled for many seasons. It's just night and day, and I'm sure Cooper Flagg is just that.
And that's the norm on the top of the draft, right?
Yeah.
And Cooper Flagg doesn't have the norm, right? The situation is so good, as you were saying before. One other thing I just want to bring up, you guys, it was from what Cooper Flagg said yesterday in the pre-draft press conference. He made a point to talk about.
It's officially happened.
Now we can talk about the hypotheticals with him on the team.
Yeah.
Not the hypotheticals of him joining the team. So check out our text line, 214-643-8637. We'll text you every single rumor that ever happens about the Mavericks. We're probably doing them all night tonight, telling you everything that's happening with the Dallas Mavericks. We'll give you our thoughts right away. I go to the text line first. I don't go to Twitter first. I go to the text line first. I send it to you. We do Q&As, do all kinds of great stuff. We'll send you exclusive thoughts and things like that on the text line. Also helps support the show. So subscribe, you get a couple weeks free, and then it helps support the show if you subscribe after that. All right, Isaac, we're talking about how Cooper Flagg, what he brings to the Mavericks. We gave you kind of the breakdown of who he is as a player. Now how he changes everything for the Mavericks. He does. The Mavs timeline before they got the lottery pick that was going to be Cooper Flagg, and then now is Cooper Flagg. Their timeline was like 2 to 3 years. It was the timeline of Anthony Davis, this new Kyrie contract, and what Nico Harrison's contract was. And that was it. Then after that, we were looking at a bleak future. I was going to Monarch Money looking at some of my investments and being like, man, we might have to change my lifestyle if the Mavs don't do something here. Now that's completely changed. He's given the Mavericks a future, and honestly, the future is brighter than the present. And Nico Harrison said that this team is built like he wants this team to win right now. That's why he built this team, and the future is brighter now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the trade of Luka, you traded your best long-term piece there, and all we've heard about is the timeline of the next few years, and which is awesome. Like you're going for it. You want to win a title. This is, I mean, a lot of teams and franchises with fan bases would love to have a team that is going for a title with these big names, Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Like, I mean, this is awesome. Like it's cool, but now you have the piece for the future, and now you have the guy that you can build around, that you can look at and be like, all right, this piece is kind of bigger than everybody in the building because, or at least you hope so after what happened over the past year there. But that's the thing. You have a Cooper Flagg and he's like at the position that you need to win at a high level. It's that wing position. This is why you hear names like Jason Tatum and Kawhi Leonard thrown out for him. I don't like the Andre Karolinko comps. That's
like his floor.
Yeah, and it's like he is going to be better than that. I personally love KG. And just because you look at for me, it's like the spot that Kawhi and Tatum don't have is the presence above the rim that Cooper Flagg does. That reminds me of a lot of young Kevin Garnett. So, I mean, you're talking about those names. Like, that's the thing. He's not a 6-foot point guard that you're like, man, he's really awesome. But dang, like, how's he going to play defense? Or he's not a rim rolling center that is like, oh man, this will be a lot of fun. Like, he needs a setup guy that can throw him lobs and maximize his game like a Luka or somebody. He is that big 6'9" wing that can get his shot over anybody, that can get to the basket, play defense. Like, just, he's at the position you would dream it up with, to where he fits literally with anybody. Like, even if you had a player that was just like Cooper Flagg on your roster, you can play them both at the same time, compared to where if he was a rim rolling center and then you already have a rim rolling center, you're like, oh, I don't know if they can't really play at the same time. Or the same thing with like a small point guard, another small guard. It's like, dang, we got to get rid of that other small guard. No, he can play with anybody at the most like valuable position out there. So I feel like I'm just like
sold. I'll pick him. Let's pick him again.
Sold. Let's do it.
He changes so much about the Mavs. He does change the roster makeup. A lot of things that we've been talking about since the lottery are, all right, they've got a glut of forwards and like wings now. Anthony Davis wants to play the 4. You've got, you have Lively. I don't know if they have Gafford at this point in the draft.
I didn't say Gafford's name a while ago on purpose.
I figured you didn't. But at the time of recording this, they do. And so they do have a bunch of wings. They still have Clay, Najee, PJ Washington, Caleb Martin, Max Christie. It's a bunch of wings there. And so now we'll see
playing
how
a dangerous game listing off the roster right now.
I am listing off a bunch of players, and we don't know. We're only recording this a day before, but you never know what's going to happen on draft night. But it does change some things up. But the Mavs now have they have that spot, and he's versatile though. Jason Kidd has mentioned that he could play some 2 guard, which to me means he can run some offense. He can guard some smaller players, and so he has some versatility where no matter who they ended up trading tonight, he can fit, and he can fit into whatever style or thing that they decide to do.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the intangible stuff too. We've done so many shows about him, but one of the past early on shows was something, just doing a lot of background stuff on him and reading about like his relationship with John Shire, coach of Duke, and his recruiting days. And when he was getting recruited by all these top coaches in the country, like Calipari's and Bill Selfs and all these teams. And he was like, something that stood out to him and his parents was John Shire wasn't shy about telling him like, hey, here's some ways you can improve too. And that was like a selling point for Cooper Flagg of like, oh, this guy's actually like telling me I can get better, not just like worshiping the whole ground I walk on. And, it was part of the process that, got him to Duke. I'm sure some money and stuff helped with that. But it's just like every type of story you hear about him, from getting hurt in consolation games that don't matter and him coming back into the game whenever he's in high school, just to his early days of just waking up early and his, family stuff and his relationship with his twin brother, and just what teammates say about him, what his coaches say about him. You can't really find something that is like negative about him. And the most underrated part, I think, that no one is really talking about a ton is, for the first time in like who knows when, I mean, outside of Anthony Davis, you have a young star that is connected with Team USA. Like for how long have we heard about the relationships that's formed through Team USA that eventually leads to roster construction or teaming up in the league? This is something that's not going to matter as much now, but once you get into Cooper Flagg's career, and you got a couple of he's already been invited to Team USA. Like he's been there already. Like he's going to be back. What are the relationships that form through Team USA to where now we could be one of those teams where we're like, dude, awesome. Like we're watching, like he's playing with this player and like this player's contract's coming up. Dude, are they friends? Like body language
Edwards
doctor
loves playing with Cooper Flagg, and
yeah. So it's like, we've never, obviously we've had Dirk and Luka that have played for their respective national teams, and it's been so fun to like follow those teams and kind of adopt them ourselves, or they've adopted us. But now it's like the relationship game that everyone talks about of Team USA and where these partnerships have formed.
Last thing for me on Cooper Flagg, there was a video the NBA posted the other day that was unintentionally hilarious to me. Cooper Flagg's walking through. He kind of takes one of his headphones off, and he goes, "Yeah, great. Glad to be here in New York. Excited for this week. Hopefully, I get my name called."
Oh, come on. What about the little goatee action too?
You like it?
Oh yeah, sign me up. Got the little goatee. Bring the goatee back.
Shout out to Cooper Flagg. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. Now we'll see what else they do. We'll have more shows on that. Of course, we do a 5-day-a-week Dallas Mavericks show, so we're here every single day, all throughout the offseason. We'll follow Summer League. We'll do all that stuff, and we'll have it here. Locked On Mavs, wherever you're listening to watch this. Subscribe, follow us. Locked On Mavs on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom.
made if he would have given them to me last week.
Are you still pressing? Yeah. I want to take a video. I was in line. I don't want to get out. What's the best angle?
Or what size? I don't know. This is just for Dirty, sorry.